The following program was paid for by Southern American Media. Fox 30 welcomes you to Meridian's favorite TV personalities and three-time CMA nominees for Broadcast Personality of the Year. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Debbie.
Good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Debbie.
Hey, how y'all?
Debbie has the day off.
I was trying to get my hair just right like her.
You know, you kind of resemble that guy that Biden had in the office. You remember the guy that had that red lipstick with the mustache that pretended he was somebody else?
I thought that sounded like Biden.
You know, that's not a bad idea. I have, in all my years of watching that, and I think we all really know he's not making the decisions behind the scenes. He's given a piece of paper. They got to push him up there.
And he hopes he can read it.
Yeah, bless Jill. Jill's in charge of a lot. Come on, Joe.
Well, I don't know what brought them together.
Did you see that the other day where she was telling him to come on stage and he goes, "Are we going to dance?" I mean, the president of the United States.
Yeah, the leader of the free world, and wow.
It is something else. But Debbie does have the day off. We had this lined up when she came on. She knew she was going to take the day off, so she's not sicker. But I do want to tell her she gave me this awful cough. Debbie.
At least I didn't get a phone call at 4 this morning.
That's right. This was pre-planned.
Yeah, so I was already ready.
Odie joining us this morning, and I do appreciate you coming in. Did you watch the Groundhog special a moment ago when we went live with Punxsutawney Phil seeing his shadow?
No, I didn't see it. I was on the way over here, and so I didn't get to watch your early morning clip. But you know, what is the old saying I've heard a few times? If it thunders in January, it snows in May, or something like that.
If it thunders in February, it does something. LaWanda, where are you? You know the answer to this. If it happens in February, then it's going to frost in April. That's it.
All right, something like, yeah. So, yeah, I figured he was going to see his shadow.
He did, but, I mean, the temperatures, and you watch the weather as much as I do, we're hot through February 17th.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have any temperatures that drop real deep. You know, we've got some cool nights and a few, I guess, cool days, but that heat on our side is also kind of scary because when you have a cold front that's coming our area and you've got this warm front that we're sitting in the middle of, that's where we see some of the storms brew and start to develop. So I don't like seeing it this hot during this time of the year.
And today we're only getting to 47 because it's, you know, in North Mississippi we've got ice. Now, tomorrow night will be our coldest that we're going to have for weeks. It's going to be 27, I think.
Let's
take a look at this, Odie. Let's pull this up so everybody can see this of what we're expecting over the next few weeks. Here's what it is. Tomorrow night's going to be 25. I was a little off on that.
That's cold.
And as you'll see there, it gets up to 72, 68, and that does not change for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, we stay up there and a little bit of a cool off at night, but nothing major. We're almost at air conditioning weather during the day and a little warm at night, but hit that 25 freeze mark there. Definitely pay attention to your plants. She's got one plant that she's been babying pretty good. And
it'll get them on it.
Yeah, if it gets to 33, she's out there. And I said, it's okay. I'm taking this thing in. I said, okay.
Ann McKee said that her grandson came home with a question yesterday from school and said, we got to see if Grandpa sees his shadow tomorrow. She said he just turned 6 years old. Kids, as that old saying, they say the darndest thing.
That's right. You know, I miss that TV show. That was always funny to watch.
It was.
Yeah, we don't have that no more.
Well, boy, a big day from around the area. And I don't have all of the county's election. I did find out that in Newton County, the High Sheriff, Jody Pennington, is not going to be challenged.
You know, that's got to be a relief. Of course, I've talked to a few of them that are running for office re-election. And, you know, you're sitting here waiting, and it is just nerve-ending for 5 o'clock yesterday to get there.
It was. Now, I was down at the county courthouse, and Mike Myers was in there. Also, Joe Norwood. And, Mike, I want you to back me up on this. Joe, if you're watching this morning, I swear, I think Joe said, if no one runs against me, Scotty Ray, I'll buy you a steak. Joe, I'm ready.
Hey,
I'm ready to go to dinner with you.
You can't beat that. I talked to Mike last night, and I said, well, you feel better? And he said, oh, God, yeah. And I said, I know it's got to be nerve-wracking. He said, you just ain't got a clue.
And speaking of that, let's show some of these that are going to be heated. We've got a lot going on with this. If y'all will remember the name Michael Cassidy, he did give a good shake the sugar tree, so to speak, against Michael Guest not long ago.
Yeah.
He has qualified, as we pull this up to take a look here. He is going to be running for the State House election, District 45. Now, he will be the only Republican on that. It will be several Democrats seeking that office. We wish him all luck in that category as he announces his run for that. And that represents portions of Winston, Neshoba, Kemper, and Lauderdale County. There'll be several running for that.
So we still got some of Lauderdale in it.
Yeah, it's about a quarter of Lauderdale County in that. Michael Ted, as you all know, held that office for many, many years and has stepped down to run against James Moore in Kemper County. We'll watch that race to see how that turns out. As we look around, so a few of the pictures that I did get, Clifford Holloway there comes in, and he did qualify to run for Lauderdale County District 3 Supervisor.
Oh, Clifford, I tell you, when he was one of the dog handlers for Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department, that dog, you walk by his car, and you just about feel that dog coming through that glass window. Oh, man, that dog was mean. You go pet that dog. I said, I ain't walking near that dog.
I don't blame him. David Rosenbaum, also, as we got another picture here, came back in and qualified for Justice Court Judge District 1 in Lauderdale County. Now, we're going to get to this because it's so many people. There's several offices that are going to be rattled and challenged. Yeah. Let's pull this up and start looking at this and dissecting a few things here locally that are going on with the local elections. As we pull this up, Odie, we start out, Tommy Horn really doesn't have any challenges here.
No,
we're predicting in the bookie joints that he's probably going to be a winner.
It's I think he's got a 1-to-1 odds on that. So it's
our next one here, as we look at this, is Sheriff for Lauderdale County. We see that we have Ward Calhoun, who's been in this seat as Chief Deputy for 20-something years, running against Ricky Roberts. And, of course, Ricky being a judge for many years. I think he worked for MPD as well. And we also have Gerald Johnson running in there. So 3 choices for Sheriff of Lauderdale County, as Billy Solly has announced that he will not seek re-election.
Yeah, and that was I know it was a tough decision for him, and it's been his life.
It has been.
Not just the Sheriff's Department, but Meridian Police Department, and he's been an integral part of law enforcement in Lauderdale County.
Yeah, that's right.
For
ever.
50
30
years.
Is it 50?
Well, I think he retired with 25 years with the city, and now he's got right at 30 years or so with the county.
That's true. Yeah, it does add up to that.
Yeah. So, he has been a very big part of keeping our area safe. So I know it's hard to step down from something you're doing like that.
I did see Carolyn Mooney in the courthouse yesterday, and she's not going to have any challenges to Chancery Clerk. Circuit Clerk Donna Gill has no one trying to run against her. Donna Gill does such a wonderful job. James Rainey also has no one running against him for tax assessor. Tax collector, Ms. Darspidel, has no opponents. Now, here's the big one, and let me pull this back up on the screen where everybody can see this. Look at this, Odie, as we look who is running for coroner of Lauderdale County.
That's a list of folks.
Now, and, why is it that you decided not to run for this?
I don't mind working some scenes.
But that's not you.
But there's some parts of it that I just don't do.
What we've got is, on the Democratic side, Justin Scrappy Allen is going to be running for this. Also, Belinda D. Bates, she will run as a Democrat for coroner. We have Kenneth Graham, who will run Republican. We have John Hollingsworth, who will run Republican. Rita Jack. This one coming at the last minute. Rita Jack, who was with the Meridian Police Department, comes in, and she is also going to be seeking the coroner's office. Wow. Stella McMahon. We've known Stella for quite some time in the Meridian area. Now, Rita is running as a Democrat. Stella will run as Republican. Kevin Smith also running for Republican side of the coroner's office. And last but not least, you'll know him from being a former supervisor, Jonathan Wells, also running as a Republican. That is a lot of people.
That's a lot of people. And especially with, you can go back and look, and the amount of people who go vote, and it's always been fairly low.
Voter turnout.
Yeah, the turnout's been bad. But one thing that does bring out more people to vote is a sheriff's race, especially a contested race, and that's what this is going to be. Brand new. We will have a brand new top dog in Lauderdale County this year.
After 27 years.
Yeah. So, and now you've got, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people running for coroner, and I think that's going to bring a lot of folks out. So I believe we're going to see a higher number than 30-something%, that we see go vote, and which is good. I want to see a lot of people go vote.
Y'all don't go anywhere. We got more to discuss about this, of some last-minute changes, and we'll also discuss Supervisor District 1. Boy, there's a lot of folks wanting that. We'll tell you about that next as we begin your morning. Scotty Ray and Debbie, and of course, a big thank you to Odie being with us this morning.
If you're building or remodeling your home and finally getting around to that to-do list, before you spend your hard-earned money anywhere else, do yourself and your pocketbook a favor and check out the huge selection available at Southern Pipe and Supply. They have a large showroom on Highway 39 North in Meridian. You can check out the large selection of tubs, showers, sinks, and faucets. Southern Pipe for all of your heating and air conditioning system upgrades, along with standby generators in preparation for storm season. And we're local, Southern Pipe and Supply.
Need an expert to repair a rock peck or cracked windshield? Call Advanced Auto Glass by Joey for quality workmanship and customer service. Convenient same-day service, as well as in-house calibration for vehicle safety systems. Reliable mobile service is available in Clarke, Kemper, Neshoba, Lauderdale, and Newton counties for all cars, trucks, and heavy equipment. Book your appointment today for custom tinting. It can reduce temps, fading, glare, and more. Improve the safety and enhance the appearance of your vehicle today with services from Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
Spring is right around the corner, and Wilson Salt on Highway 19 North invites you by to get your equipment ready. For the do-it-yourselfer, they have all the filters and oil you'll need. Does your X-Mark need a tune-up or maybe a new set of blades? Let the professional sharpen your steel chainsaw or replace the plug. And they can get your steel weed eater running like tip-top for the spring. Whatever your need is, Wilson Saw and Outdoor Power will have you ready for spring. 71 Highway 19 North, 601-693-4100. I see Lamar Hembry joining us from Kemper County watching this morning. And, it's funny how something just pops into your mind. I can remember being a teenager and Lamar having, what was that, Lamar, about a 64, 65 Chevrolet pickup truck? Have to turn that old choke to get it going. I remember it like it was yesterday. And if you still got that in the pasture, I could use it for parts for mine.
Had to pat the gas to...
Yeah, you remember that? And the old 66s had this thing that you pulled out on the dash that was the choke, and you pulled it, patted that gas.
Yeah.
And I do remember having to push it because we were all Kemper County and didn't have a lot of money. And when the battery would go dead, we'd all have to push the truck and pop the clutch to get it going.
That's it, park on a hill.
Yep, done that many times in my life. Now, as we go back to talk about a little bit about politics as we pull this up, and we look at Supervisor District 1, we've got several people who are interested in this as we go back to the screen to take a look at this. J.J. Anders is going to be running for this. Of course, his family for years, Anders Furniture, you'll know that. Mm-hmm. Chris Bullock is also seeking this. You've seen his face many times here. Yeah. Tyrone Johnson, a Democrat, is seeking the Supervisor District 1. And tell me if I'm pronouncing it. You pronounce that Marquio Kendricks? Did I pronounce that right?
That sounds good to me.
All right. A Democrat also running. And then from the county side of things, Devin Snowden will be running for office, also Supervisor District 1. That's a highly sought after one.
It is. And, 5 people going for it on both sides of the fence. So we may have to see a runoff on some of these.
Now, we brought up the picture a moment ago. Josh Todd, for the longest here, has been unopposed as we see Supervisor District 3. But at the last minute, Clifford Holloway went in and signed up and now is challenging Josh Todd.
Yeah, it looks like out of all of it, Joe was the only one that came out that is running unopposed.
Yeah, Joe Norwood. And then District 5, Kyle Rutledge will have John Temple running against him. So it's gonna bring people out on this. Now, let's get to this other one to where there's, let me count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 people have signed up that think they should have this job. And it's up to you, the voter, to decide how this will all turn out. Of course, there's going to be some runoffs.
There's going to be some runoffs, but this is, we've got to show up a hard show at the poll and go vote. I'm not going to say who to go vote for, but
that's your decision.
That's your decision. I just want everybody to go vote. We have the right.
Yes, we do.
Vote. Let's vote.
As we see this, as Ricky Roberts stepped down as Justice Court Judge 1 to run for sheriff of Lauderdale County, it left a vacancy.
Yeah.
So who do we have that's going to be running? This is interesting as we get into this. Merritt Berry is going to be running for the office. Charles Graham, a Republican. We have Jesse Coach Hill Jr., who will be running for a Democrat side of this. We also have Gary Lamar. No, wait a minute. Let me back up. Gary, known as G. Lamar Chick Johnson. Is that a nickname?
Well, I mean, I know him by Chick. But and first time I've seen Lamar, but I've always known him by Chick. He's always been a call-in with the radio show that I did some and was called in for years and years myself. So I know him. I don't know if we've personally met, but we know each other on the phone.
There you go. Also, Michelle Griffith Joyner is running for Justice Court Judge. Nick Lisi is also running for that. I've seen Nick out a lot. Yeah. And also, he had pulled out and then rejoined the race right there at the last end of this. David Rosenbaum Jr. has signed up to run for this office as well.
Yes, I mean, this is going to be a heated race.
Now, Vicki says she expects about 75% of voters to turn out for this, and she says she's predicting going out on this limb saying it's going to be a big turnout.
Man, I'd love for that to happen. I really would. I fought for this country myself in the United States Navy for everybody to continue to have this right to go vote, and I wish everybody would go and vote. I'm one of those people who probably going to make some people mad, but if you're not in the military and away, and you're not a nurse that runs 7A to 7P where you can't make it down there, vote. Rest of you, go vote. I don't believe in early voting. I don't believe in just going down there and saying, I've got something to do. I want to go ahead and vote. Don't believe in that at all. At Tuesday, you take your butt down there, you go vote, and that's it. And if you're not military or medical, tough. And if you didn't go vote in the primary, you don't get to go vote for a runoff. The runoff should be only those who put their name in the hat or went and did their civic duty the first time around. I don't believe that everybody in the world should go vote for a runoff when you didn't take the time to go do it the first time.
I really wish nationwide, when we have national elections, that every state was on the same level. It begins at this time. It's going to end at this time. Mm-hmm. If you're in line to vote, you get to vote. Outside of that, and make it harder to where the mail-in thing, as you're talking about, is accepted. That you have to go through many steps to get that done, and verification of who you are.
Definitely.
Everybody has one of these, and yours is unique. How come we can't use this with voting? I don't understand.
There's so many things out there that we can do to limit fraudulent activity, but definitely. Go vote. I mean,
there's a lot of dead folks right now getting ready to go vote.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly
I say
right.
that jokingly. I'm talking on a national scale there.
Yeah, my dad voted Democrat for the first time 2 years ago. He's been dead 25 years.
and we say this stuff jokingly, but it has been cases of this across the United States. Yeah. We just want a fair election and it to be cast on it. And it always used to be that the day of the election decided whether could decide whether or not somebody got elected or not. It's not that way anymore. Things have changed so much.
Not at all.
Now, I have to say a big thank you to this next guy that I'm going to bring up, because I'm in love with his wife. Because why? She helped me when I was sick in the hospital. Bless. Paul Early is running unopposed for Justice Court Judge 3. And I have to say thank you so much to his wife. I'm telling you, when I was in my darkest hour, she was there with me, and I cannot thank her enough of the hospitality that she showed to me. Thank you, girl. I'll never forget you. Buck Roberts, no one's challenging Buck up there. Nope, he's going to keep his office. Justice Court Judge 4. Tommy Coker, well, they're kin.
That's Uncle Buck.
Uncle Buck.
Yeah.
Running unopposed, Tommy Coker. Also, as we get to Constable District 2, we have no one running against Andre Harris. Mike Myers has no one on District 3. Constable 4, also some more Roberts here. Chuck, unopposed. Yeah. Now, as we get down to the Election Commission here, we do have Brenda Faye Harris, who will have contested against Consuela Rice, and Gloria Dancy is unopposed. Now, I missed up here, right here. Let me back up here. Justice Court Judge, and I made this mistake yesterday, and I want to correct it. Justice Court Judge 2, Andre M. Harris Sr. will run against Lolo Allen. And I accidentally glanced over that. I don't know why.
So that's so we got a Democrat and an independent there, so that'll be a November vote.
Yes, it sure will.
Yeah.
So that's the way that's shaping up. And quickly, let me do this as we glance over here of Clarke County. I think I've got some things that are going to have a lot of contestants here trying to take the seat of sheriff in Clarke County.
Yeah.
Oof.
That's going to be a contested race there.
We've got Kerry Williams, Abraham McKenzie, Anthony Chancellor, Gary Kelly, Kenneth Pearson, and Hank Gandy. Now, as we all know, the sheriff is retiring. He's not going to be running again. And this is what we got a lot there. No one up against Hope running for tax collector, Chancery clerk. We've got 3 people running for that in Clarke County: Matt Kennedy, Leanne Valking, Lynette Barty. If I pronounce that correctly.
I think so.
Also, circuit clerk, Sally. Boy, I got that tongue twisted. It is Sally. Sally Wedgeworth, Angie Chisholm are going to be running against for circuit clerk. Supervisor, Derek Marshall, unopposed. District 2, Lorenzo Carter, Tracy McCarty. District 3 Supervisor, Clarke County, Joel Speed, Jackie Sisson, and James Pearson will be shooting for that office. District 4, Paul Mosley, Lloyd Dunaway. Boy, a lot of people running for this down in Clarke County.
Yeah.
Justice Court Judge, there's about 5 or 6 running for that. So this is going to be a huge turnout year.
Everywhere. Contested race here, contested race in Clarke. I think they're going to have some contested races in Neshoba. So somebody said you don't have to show ID to vote. And I don't know if that's around everywhere. I know I vote in Sukalina and
I show mine.
And I have to show mine. And I've known these people my whole life. One of them was a teacher that I've had forever, Miss Perkins. Loved her to death. And she still asked me for my ID. And I said, "Don't you know who I am?" And she said, "I don't care."
It doesn't matter because that's the way it is. But other states do not act like us during election time.
No, and people look down on us, other states, because we do have to show our ID.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, and I feel proud about that.
I do too.
I'm gladly bringing mine out, and I don't have a problem with it.
Y'all think about this. Anything that you do in life, first thing they're going to ask for, anything that you set up in any account, let me see your ID, let me see your driver's license. So what's wrong with asking for that to vote?
I bet if you give somebody a check, they could make it to the bank. Well, what's the difference in going to make it to the poll? Because a vote can affect your pocketbook, which is the same as giving you a check. So go vote. But
it's not picking on any, and a lot of this, I think, has to do with people who are illegal. They don't want that known. They want them to be able to vote certain groups, I guess you could say.
Yeah. I just want to see everybody go vote and
excuse me there.
Make their voice known. it feels good when you see a lot of people go and voice their opinion.
And it doesn't matter who you vote for, but it's your American right. Not every country has that. And that's why it's so special to me. It's so many, if you pick up that flag, there's a lot of people that gave their life for that old flag, so you can go do stuff like that.
That's exactly right. I mean, I made it back home, but there's a lot who didn't.
That's right.
They paid that ultimate price, and let's honor them.
I agree with you 100%. We got a lot more to talk about as we begin this morning here. In a few moments, we're going to get into this day in history. Boy, a lot happened in Clarke County as we brought up. They've made 2 arrests. Why? Because of a drive-by shooting that happened a couple of months ago. They've made 2 arrests. It was multiple things shot and equipment. And you wouldn't think of anything happening like this in a little small-town equipment, but it has.
But they're on top of it.
They are. We got the breaking news on this. This was sent in to me yesterday by the Sheriff's Department as we do this. And I'm starting to wonder where he got his tattoo work. Let's take a look here. As we look at this, Chief Barry White passed this out to us. Jonathan Minna was arrested by the Clarke County deputies around 1:45 yesterday afternoon. He had multiple charges out, possession of felon with a firearm, and he tried to run, so he's got more charges now. Well, after he'd done that, where was he? Well, he was hiding at someone's home. She's been arrested, too, as we pull up her picture to show you. Well, you can't be hiding people that are wanted by the popo.
You can't harbor a fugitive, so...
They will all face their music in the court of law, and you are innocent until you face the judge.
That's right.
Until those peers of yours decide what happens. But that's what went on in Clarke County yesterday. A big day for them as a lot of activity happened there.
Yeah.
Now, another thing, I figure your office will be down, sitting, waiting with forks as we get ready for this next Tuesday and Wednesday.
You got that right.
Boy, 60 years of this.
Man, and that's some good ham.
It is.
Oh, man.
This is going to be downtown Meridian. You can't miss it. The brick-looking church.
Yep.
The First Christian Church right down from Anderson's Hospital. Big day as they have Tuesday and Wednesday. They'll be in tomorrow to talk with us about all of this.
Right there on 23rd Avenue. You can't miss it. Go in. $10, and you can sit down, and it's not just the meal, it's the people that show up. And
there's a word they use for that. What's it called? Camaraderie.
Camaraderie.
Yeah.
And it's a great place. And I usually eat there for breakfast and lunch, and I may pick something up for dinner, but then the next day I'm definitely there again for
it goes to a great cause.
It does. So I eat there at least 4 times. I love it.
You're going to put on some weight, Odie.
I already have.
Me and you both. I can't walk away.
You can't keep this figure without eating. So.
I wanted to bring this up. There's nothing more dear, and I know there are so many of you out there that agree with me on this. Your pet. It is man's best friend.
Yes.
And when your pup goes missing, yesterday I had to drive over to Tyson's. I went to Collinsville. My little girl, Ellie, was having earaches, so we went to visit Tyson, and she got to shaking as soon as we went in. She said, "Not that man that cut my hair and made me not walk for 3 days last time." He took care of her, and I got her back about 3:30 yesterday afternoon. Her ears are doing better. She slept last night. Bless her heart.
That's good.
But we have somebody that's lost their puppy dog, and I wanted to pull this up and show this to everybody here. Missing dogs. They're boxers, and this is going to be out in the Kewanee area. If you happen to see these 2 pups wandering, 479-9299. She sure would love to have her dogs back. As always, you can send your stuff into us. We've got a pet page that we have that we share all this information on.
So y'all help find these dogs and bring these dogs home.
All right, we'll be right back. Don't rush off. Put a smile on, get a cup of coffee. I'm about ready for my 5th cup today.
Yeah, I have to do a warmer-upper.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
Your next Maytag or Whirlpool appliance is waiting on you at All Temp Appliance and Refrigeration on Highway 19 North. If you've been trying to locate a freezer, stop by and see their big selection of upright and chest freezers, a showroom full of stoves, gas, and electric. Maybe it's a new refrigerator from large double doors to the simplest of refrigerators. Name brand washers and dryers like Speed Queen and Amana. And delivery is available with a great service department to back up what they sell. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 4, and by appointment after hours and weekends.
Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 invites you by to take a look at a brand new product they've got. Odes, ATVs, and UTVs. These side-by-sides range from 800 to 1,000 cc's, and they come with heat or air. Whether you're doing work around the farm or hunting, they've got the unit just for you to keep warm or cool, depending upon that Mississippi and Alabama day. Swing by for a test drive today at Freeman Tractor. See coleslaw, buttermilk, And don't forget, you can meet their newest employee, Eggplant. That's Freeman Tractor, Highway 494.
Have you been hurt on the job? Call Will Parker. Get the help you deserve. Call Will Parker. Know your rights when it comes to the workplace injuries. Call Will Parker. Call or go online at parkerfirm.net. Call your Meridian lawyer, Will Parker.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, day beds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
And welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray and Debbie. She's off today as we do a big thank you to Odie for coming in this morning pretending to be Debbie.
I enjoy being here. So I enjoy it.
Oh,
I'm having fun.
We had a lot of folks say that they enjoyed having you on the other day that you were in with us. A lot goes on behind the scenes. Y'all hadn't had any more dynamite scenes lately, have you? I know we've talked about this in the past.
We hadn't. So hopefully we don't have any more, but I'm definitely going to have Greg to. So somebody's got to tote this stuff.
He's our main man.
And he's our main, because somebody's got to tell what happened.
Right.
So
Greg's in charge.
Greg can tote it. But no, it's if you find any dynamite, you're not going to get any trouble. Nothing's going to happen. Call us. We'll come out. We'll get it took care of and safely dispose of it. So,
and what we mean by that is Odie has brought this up before in the past. A lot of times grandparents had stuff like this over on a shelf, and you didn't even know it was there.
And then you find it trying to clean up, and there it is. And I've had some people call and say, look, it's not me. I had somebody call and wanted me to call because I knew you. They're scared they're going to get in trouble. You're not going to get in trouble. It's no big deal. I mean, back then, that was a big thing. You went to the co-op and say, hey, give me a box of dynamite, and they sold it to you, and off you went. But that stuff will turn bad, and it can crystallize, and it can cause a very bad explosion. So if you've got it and you see it, don't move it around. Don't try and throw it away. Call us. Let us come out there and get that took care of safely.
And our most man, Greg Chatham, will be in charge of that.
That's
Greg,
right.
If you're watching, go ahead and get your suit ready.
That's right. That's what got him into the firecrackers. So I figure if he sells firecrackers for a living, he can tote some dynamite.
I'm with you on that.
We'll justify it.
Let's take a look at things that began on this day in history. Let's go back to 1887.
Groundhog Day. Wow.
This is where it all began. We saw him this morning. As you were saying, now, if you weren't watching at 6:30, he did see his shadow this morning. So 6 more weeks of winter is predicted, although we don't believe it.
I wonder what is his percentage of
He sees the shadow more times than not. Now, I don't know whether it's right or wrong, but they do. Meridian, as I joked about this earlier, we really ought to start one here. Now, we need a different type animal. What do you suggest?
Well, we need a beaver.
A beaver?
And I say that I've got one of those in my dadgum creek. Now I've got to do something about beaver.
Getting him. So maybe we need to start the tradition with a beaver to see his shadow.
That's right. Throw him in the hole and see if he comes up and sees himself.
1925, this would become such a part of your world. As a kid, I remember, couldn't wait till the magazine come out.
God, and that was a thick magazine.
It was. Anybody remember Sears and Roebuck?
Yep.
Well, you ain't going to find them now. They're gone.
They're gone. But, man, that was great to be able to look through there and fold the corners of
what you wanted.
What you wanted, and then you give that to Mom and Daddy and let them go through it.
And when this originally started, and there's several towns that still exist, you could order a complete home from Sears and Roebuck, and it would come in the mail, all the parts, and you put your house together.
Like $3,000, and you had a home. All you had to do was go out there and, get your neighbors together and go in and buy 4 or 5 kits and help each other build it, and you got a neighborhood.
Did you ever sing along with a song, My Uncle Used to Love Me, But She Died? Chicken ain't licking till it's chicken good fried.
No, but I like the sound of it.
Roger Miller was born on this date back in 1936. What a comedian, what a guy. He was really good. Best known for King of the Road.
Oh, yeah. And I knew the name, but yeah, now I know who you're talking about.
He was good. As we go to our next one, Lovers Live Longer. If I said you had a beautiful body, would you hold it against me? I'd lie to you for your love, and give me a redneck girl. Howard Bellamy, born on this date back in 1946, and Howard is the one on the left.
Wow, that's some good songs.
They did. They were party animals, I might add.
Well.
Now, we're going to add this to the studio before long.
You know, I had one of those posters. That one, I believe.
I lost my composure as we got ready to do this. 1947, Farrah Fawcett was born. And I'm serious. I want to put this in a frame and put it in the studio because it is such a part of Americana history, right?
I mean, that is.
Back
that
me on
is.
this.
Oh, yeah, because I know I had that particular one.
My mama didn't like it.
No?
But boy, let's go back.
Yeah.
Hold on, let's go back and reminisce one more time.
That's right.
There's Farrah.
That's her. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and yeah, that was definitely up on. I'd say at least 85% of
if
kids'
I'm
walls.
not mistaken, that is the best-selling poster of all time.
Gotta be.
I really think it
Gotta
was.
be.
Bo Derek didn't even get in a race with that running down the beach thing.
No, not at all. No, they got my money.
Now, we also had a supermodel born on this date, and I just be careful because I tried to find a good picture of her, and I think I did. I found one
That's not a bad picture.
No, it's not. And I found one of her. This is her daughters, just to show you how young this woman looks. Anybody remember Christy Brinkley?
And those are her daughters.
Yeah, look at that. She's gorgeous.
That looks
isn't
like
it?
sisters.
Did they do?
You know, it really does.
I didn't take my eyes off the one in the middle. I could hardly even notice the one on the other two sides. She's a beautiful woman.
She is.
1957, this guy was born, and you would know him. The first time you heard it on radio, the opening words to the song was, "Hello, yeah, this is me." Ricky Van Shelton has a birthday on this date. Boy, I sure like me some Ricky Van. If you'll go back and remember Keep It Between the Lines, he had a bunch of songs. Rockin' Years, he had a big hit with Dolly Parton. But Ricky was one of those that drew a line, and he goes, "This is who I am, and I ain't changing for nobody."
That's right.
Got outcast from Nashville a little bit over that. That's okay.
Well,
stay true to what he was.
Stay true, and that'll get you farther than what you think.
It would. 1959, and we'll talk about what happened tomorrow, but this would be the night, the very last time America would be able to see this gentleman, along with two others, and they just didn't know it. Buddy Holly performed for his very last time tonight, 1959.
That was a sad situation and a good movie. What was the name of that movie?
La Bamba?
La Bamba. That was it.
Richie Valens. And that was a real good show. So do you know all the words to the 12 minutes of The Day the Music Died? And they were singing Bye Bye Missy?
I can sing it when it comes on, but I couldn't sing it for karaoke.
Okay.
If that makes any kind of sense.
It does. I do not know the words to it, but there's a lot of people to this day that can still do it.
Yeah, and they have a huge... The guy who owns the land where the crash site was, I don't think he charges anything, but I think you can just drive up to where the crash was at and kind of get out, and he's got some kind of memorial there, but man, something else.
1974, this song is still talked about today. People try to remake it over and over. And who is she? There was even rumored that there eventually is going to be a movie about it. And from my understanding, she was a bank teller. This woman, this alleged woman that almost took someone's husband. She was down at the First National. Her name was Jolene is who she was.
Jolene?
And that's the story behind that was, Carl go down and make deposits, and it was an old girl down there that was trying to make time with her, so she wrote a song about it. Jolene, don't take him just because you can.
That's right. And there was Kelly Clarkson.
She redid it?
She redid, or I don't know if she redid it. Now, she sang it on American Idol or whatever it was.
Right.
Did a great job. And then the three from Mississippi, golly, somebody help me out. The three people who are up and coming now.
On one of these shows?
Well, they're not on the show. They were on one of them, and they came in like fourth.
Chapel Hart.
Chapel Hart, yes. They did
Yes.
Jolie and did an awesome job with it. So,
A great bunch of girls.
yes, beautiful heart.
1974, we would lose somebody that was humongous. A great movie star, done a little bit of everything. Who am I talking about?
Yeah.
Tex Ritter passed away on this date back in 74.
And then John Ritter, we don't have his son.
I know. And there's a lot of people that never put the connection to that and even realize that John Ritter's daddy was famous.
Yeah, sure was.
Most definitely there. Also, I never sang along to this at all.
I don't either.
But we'll go ahead because it's part of history.
Part of history.
74, The Way We Were, was number one.
And she just
I love
got
that hairdo there.
I wish she'd pull it down in the front more.
You're killing me, Hubby.
I just don't care for it too much.
We brought this guy to Meridian. He was the opening act for Craig Morgan, if you happen to be for that show. He's a great guy. His career has not done real well since then, but boy, what a nice person. Blaine Larson celebrates a birthday today, if y'all remember him, in my high school.
1986.
Good kid. I liked him a whole lot. Also, 1992, what was the number one song in country music? Oh, y'all remember this. Need a jukebox with a country song. They're extinct now. You cannot find those anymore.
No, very, very rare to see them now.
Makes me want to go grab Alan and George and listen to Murder on Music Row. 1992, there was a payout today. And there's nothing worse than this. You hire people to work for you, and you think that they're taking care of your business. And then lo and behold, somebody shows up at your door one day and says, "We got a problem with you." And you go, "What?"
Yeah, I hadn't done anything wrong. And that's when you turn around and you ought to be able to sue
the people that stole your money.
Did this. I mean, because they stole his money, and IRS is sitting back going, "We don't care."
But they made an agreement for about half of that. He owed 16.7, and they took $9 million.
Man, that's tough.
It is. Oh, Willie.
Drove him to smoking.
We'll be right back. Good morning to you.
If it is time for another car or truck for your family, see our friends at Interstate Auto. They're located on North Frontage Road in Meridian, just down from IHOP. They offer bank rate financing. All applications are accepted with over 14 years in business, and they offer you a fair price. Open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. and Saturday 9 until 2. Appointments available after hours as well. Remember, all roads lead to Interstate Auto, 802 North Frontage Road, Meridian, 601-483-6977. The Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville has these great savings this week. Fresh blueberries, $2.99 a pint. Florida strawberries, $3.99 a pound. Red potatoes, a 5-pound bag, $3.99. Coca-Cola products, 12-pack, 12-ounce cans, $5.99. Sanderson Farm drumsticks or thighs, 69 cents a pound. And certified Angus beef T-bone steaks, $9.99 a pound.
And we're down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
Rock House Gun and Pawn is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Lots of different calibers and brands to choose from when it comes to hunting rifles. Whether you're looking for a new pump shotgun or an AR, the Rock House will have the gun that you need, with a huge selection of ammunition for just about any caliber that you may be looking for. Pistols, scopes, and a whole lot more. Plus a private lobby for your confidentiality when it comes to your pawns. Rock House Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North Meridian.
I had someone call me yesterday, and they go, "You're not going to believe this. This guy, Chet, that you talk about, was the nicest thing I ever bumped into." And they said he talked to him, explained how the process works of getting the car fixed, and they said they couldn't be happier. They call and check on them every few days, and that's what you get when it comes to Chet's Paint and Body. They really understand when you're without a car, what goes on. Your life is turned around. They explain how this is going to work, how the insurance companies come back, and they work it all out for you. Take that worry out of it. No matter what it is. Maybe it's a small scratch that you just want to have fixed yourself. They can do that. Classic cars, they do that. Even if you've done something yourself, an accident, well, they'll fix it for you. See them at Chet's Paint and Body. Located in Center Hill. Call them at 737-2961. They'll help you out any way they can. That's their paint booth. They're great people. Visit with friends. See them there today. You've known Chet quite a while yourself there.
Yeah, went to school and good guy. And talking about somebody who's been in the business all their life, that's him. He's been in this business all
Teenager.
his life. I mean, he did this so much for a hobby that he was so good at it that he's turned in what he loves to do into a business that is successful, and he does treat you like family.
That's what it's all about there. See Chet when you can. He'll help you out there a whole lot. I was looking at Margie Lancaster. She knows all the words to Drove My Chevy to the Levee. When was that Garth done that special where he brought him out on stage and they sang the song together? Was it live at Central Park a few years ago?
I can't remember what that was. I remember something about Garth Brooks doing a deal with him. I can't remember what that was.
So that's a big famous song there. We see in Jackson, Mississippi, a guy walks out of his house, and what's going on? They're stealing my Jeep. So what would you do? You try to stop him.
Oh, yeah.
He tried. Yeah. He was shot multiple times.
That's terrible.
We hope he's going to be okay. They drove away in his white Jeep and drove off into the darkness there. If it happens there, it can happen here. But that's what went on in Jackson, Mississippi. We have we brought up the Vicksburg teen this week. 13 years old, murdered. They've put in a curfew in Vicksburg because of that. They've arrested 2 people so far.
I hate to see curfews, but sometimes
it's necessary.
It's necessary.
Yeah. And all of these crimes that I'm talking about that have gone on are all people under the age of 25. Every single of these. Here's one, Canton. I don't know if this happened a couple of years back. I remember doing this story of shooting going up and down the Canton area there. Boom, boom, boom.
Yep,
on I-55. It was a 16-year-old that killed another 16-year-old. He's just been arrested, and he's going to spend, let me see how many years he'll get here. The judge has sentenced him to serve 40 years. He'll be released after serving the first 28 years without the possibility of parole or early release.
Throwing your life away.
And that's what that is.
And why? Because we need to find out there's a reason, and we've all got our ideas of what we can say that, well, this is why he did it. But we need to do a lot of studies and find out exactly what goes on in their mind to make them get to that point. When we were that age and we were mad at somebody, you fought. And for the most part, you may have we did have guns in our trucks out in the parking lot at school, and we never went and got them.
Absolutely not.
We had these guns.
Now, do you remember this? This was an argument that took place in Madison County this was back in February. I think it's when he was just sentenced for this. Attacked his father-in-law with a baseball bat. Man. He gets 20 years. Only 2 of those will be suspended. But I remember watching this story when it come out. Attacked him for no reason. Father-in-law.
Yeah, that's terrible.
That's a few of those headlines that are happening there. Let's see here. The HGTV, is saying that Mississippi, the biggest attraction that we have right now, is the Blues Trail.
I mean, Mississippi is, we're the birthplace of music, and
yes,
the trails, the different things that we've got together to go see around the state is awesome, and I can see the blues being one of the top in America. A lot of history is talked about and sang about in the blues, and it goes a long way across the world.
All right, we got breaking news here. We have a wreck this morning at I-59 at the split in Meridian. We got a car that is overturned.
So be careful. That looks like it's coming into Meridian, so it would be eastbound? Or,
it would be.
So be cautious. And if you see red lights, blue lights working on the side of the road, move over and give everybody that's working those scenes plenty of room to work where they're not having to really worry about what's going on behind them. It gets kind of scary out there.
It does. And again, that's coming in Meridian. Caution as you get close to us. A wreck there at the split. Traffic will be slow for a little bit. More coming up. Scotty Ray and Debbie as Odie fills in this morning.
Your next Maytag or Whirlpool appliance is waiting on you at All Temp Appliance and Refrigeration on Highway 19 North. If you've been trying to locate a freezer, stop by and see their big selection of upright and chest freezers, a showroom full of stoves, gas, and electric. Maybe it's a new refrigerator from large double doors to the simplest of refrigerators. Name brand washers and dryers like Speed Queen and Amana. And delivery is available with a great service department to back up what they sell. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 4, and by appointment after hours and weekends.
Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 invites you by to take a look at a brand new product they've got. Odes, ATVs, and UTVs. These side-by-sides range from 800 to 1,000 cc's, and they come with heat or air. Whether you're doing work around the farm or hunting, they've got the unit just for you to keep warm or cool, depending upon that Mississippi and Alabama day. Swing by for a test drive today at Freeman Tractor. See coleslaw, buttermilk, and don't forget you can meet their newest employee, Eggplant. That's Freeman Tractor, Highway 494.
Have you been hurt on the job? Call Will Parker. Get the help you deserve. Call Will Parker. Know your rights when it comes to the workplace injuries. Call Will Parker. Call or go online at parkerfirm.net. Call your Meridian lawyer, Will Parker.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, daybeds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
Well, if you need a home, maybe you're selling yours, our friends at Snowden & Company will help you out there with anything you're looking for. Easy to browse around. You can go on the internet and look at it first. When you decide what you want to see, call them. They'll get you an appointment to go out to the house and take a look at it. They're absolutely beautiful. I hope you can drop in and visit with them a little bit there and see all they have to offer there. Boy, it's nice. They'll be open until 5 o'clock today. Now, Saturday, they'll shut down, and they're closed on Sunday altogether, but you make an appointment for Saturday. You see a lot of these just sold. That's Amanda and her team there. They take care of you. Follow them. Get in touch with them. Let them show you a home from Dalewood all the way to Enterprise. You name it, they can do it. They can even help you out in Brandon, Flowood, Madison area. A lot of folks here's one in the West Lauderdale area. It changes nearly every day. Drop in and see the inventory online there at snowdenrealestate.com. Can't miss it there. That's Amanda. This is her friendly staff that will help you out. 453-3937. Talk to them today, and they'll get you a home that suits your family. I don't know whether to believe this, because I remember the last guy that believed it who spent nearly $500,000 on a football only to find out it is worthless.
Yeah.
Do you remember this?
I remember that. And he was going to take him to court because he lost this investment, and I don't know if there was an outcome to that or not, but
Tom Brady is what we're talking about, who announced yesterday he's really going to retire again. Now, correct me, wouldn't he still have his wife if he hadn't done this? Isn't this what she got mad about?
Exactly, and that's why I believe him this time, because he lost that wife, and he's sitting back going, well, I'm not, maybe I get a chance to win her back, and I don't know if that's true or not, but I mean, you got a job at Fox, I believe it is, for $1 million a year. I mean, what more? You already got more than you can spend.
She's probably going to help him out with that now.
And she's got her own money. But yeah, nothing better taking his.
I will not show the pictures because did you see the photo shoot that she went and done?
No, I didn't.
Okay, it left no imagination in your brain that she did a swimsuit photo, and it was absolutely, you don't have to imagine anything else.
Wasn't much of a suit, huh?
Yeah, and did she do that to make him jealous? I don't know.
Probably. You know how a woman can be. Can be, honey. I'm sorry. Not for you. I saw her awake, so I better say.
Tommy wanted to know, was that a wreck on I-20? Yes, I-20 59 split coming in Meridian, eastbound side. We have a car that's turned over. So we want to watch. Anything that you need to say about your sister? She's been on here just commenting left and right. Do we need to set the record straight on anything?
Me and Charlene, we did not see eye to eye. She's older than I am, so when I came along, she wanted to be the only child, and she hated me. And it turned into we just did not get along with each other. I mean, this was constant until both of us moved out and started our own lives. And now we're closer than we ever could dream about. But, yeah, we hated each other growing up. But now I love her to death, and I'm glad she's my sister. But, yeah, not many people can have a relationship like that. But she's definitely a good one. And
nothing like your siblings, is it?
That's right. That's right.
So glad she's doing that. Ozzy Osbourne also announced yesterday, I'm done. Well, it's obvious why Ozzy can't do it. He does Good to Walk right now.
Well, you know, she said that they were tired of the way America's turning out and that they was ready to go back to England.
Huh? There's a plane leaving every day.
That's right. You don't even have to announce it. Just go.
And you're more than welcome to take Whoopi with you.
I'll help pay the ticket for that one.
There's so many people that claimed they would leave America, and they just didn't.
And they're still here.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Y'all grip a counter because this is bad news. The Fed say they're raising interest rates by 0.25%. We hate to see that.
Yeah. My stock, some of my stock's going up. Some of my stock's kind of, and then some of my stock costs me a lot of money. I'm just glad to know
somebody that's got stock. I'm sitting by the man.
You know, I figure we go on Carnival Cruise. I better buy some stock, try and get something out of it. You know, they said if you buy so much shares, we'll give you $100 to spend on board, which probably not worth but $10. But
you bought it anyway.
I bought it. Here I go. I'll fall. Hook, line, and sinker. Anything to help.
There you go. Facebook announced that they've lost a little bit more in stock value.
You know, there was something with Meta and the VR. They were going to merge or they were going to buy out another VR company. And I want to say now that a federal court in California has blocked that purchase for now. So, of course, that's going because Meta's part of Facebook.
Right.
And I think that had something to do with that.
His video gaming just didn't work out.
No, and I've got one of those before it was Meta. I got one, and it's pretty neat. I really like. I had to bring it over here and let
me try
it out because it is a pretty good little thing. But I don't know how it's going to be with the way he's wanting to push it.
We want to say thank you to everyone joining us this morning. Odie, thanks for dropping by. Debbie will be back tomorrow morning bright and early.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, my friend.
Deal. Thank you for having me.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.